Hey guys, I'm BigMacDavis here, and welcome back to some more Black Mesa for the PC, played through Steam on the hard difficulty setting. We are on Chapter 17, Interloper, and this is Part 4. Out of how many parts do we have? I don't know, actually. I can't remember. But, while we think of how many parts there are, let's squeeze through this butthole, and let's, these controllers, they don't see you, and it's not a good idea to fire on them, because if you do, they might attack you. Let's go ahead and restock at this ammo and health canister. And we see a lot of dead Vortigaunts around here. That should be a sign of what's to come. Now, the first puzzle in this section is definitely this one. All you have to do is shoot the barrels. And that should give you a clue about how we're supposed to open up the next set of bars over there. In the meantime, though, we see some lively Vortigaunts. They're working on this machinery. Keep these Vortigaunts in mind, for we see what they are working on. It's not something pretty. We'll be in that tank later on, by the way. So let's figure out how to get through there. And we can't get through these bars either, but we see barrels on the other side. So, let's head inside the cave underneath the pipe. And again, just like before, we can blow open the bars using the barrels. And then more barrels are going to work their way down the stream, which should give us an idea. Aha! Except they can't cross this barrier, so we have to manually grab a hold of one. If we can, of course. Sometimes, and sometimes not, they'll blow up automatically. I learned that the hard way in a practice run. I got too close, and it just detonated. So be wary of that as well. Now through here, the only way to go is out into this open reddish area. There's that tank again. Keep in mind about that tank. We'll be there. And now comes the part where probably a lot of people don't really enjoy. Myself included, to an extent. I mean, solving the puzzles is rather interesting. But once you have the puzzles solved, doing this over and over again is kind of mundane. But it is what it is. So, what we have to do is jump on the bottom ring, if you will. Let it take us up, and then jump into the open container here. And do the same thing for the middle ring. And there's where we have to jump, from the middle ring. Now your question might be, well, there's a top ring, and it will take us to the ammo canister, so let's go ahead and do that. You have to run and jump, though. Otherwise, you will not make it. And we'll grab the supplies from there. Now you can, if you're good enough, kind of not use the rings, but just jump straight over here. Yeah, you like that? You like seeing that Vortigaunt? I guess not. He's seen everything. Yeah, we see the schematics for the tank and for other things as well that are not. It's unsettling to me. The only way to go is on the right side, so we'll pass all these Vortigaunts just kind of looking despairingly. And you know, looking depressed as they're working on this machinery. It's as if they don't want to work on it, you know? They're just looking out the fences. I wonder what they're working on. Oh boy. And now we got 2 sets of rings to deal with floating bodies going up chutes. Yeah, you don't see that every day, do ya? Our goal is to make it into this air vent that's sucking in the air. And to do that, we need to jump onto, I believe it's the middle ring of the left set of rings. And then we can jump to the top ring of the next one. And then jump right inside the air vent. And we enter another set of puzzles that involve plugs and sockets. The left and right are blocked off for right now, so we'll have to just jump down for right now. And there's more plugs and sockets we have to deal with as the Vortigaunts work on their machinery. The only way we can go is up this rising and lowering platform. Here is our first plug. Which we can work up through the grate and plug it in. Now that will open up this barrier right here, allowing us to get the second plug. And we'll do the same thing for this, and doing that will shut down this machine, allowing us to squeeze inside. That's always fun to do. Ah, another dead Vortigaunt. They're everywhere, I tell ya. We have to time our way through this and unplug the next plug and time our way through. Now doing that allows us access to this plug. And unplugging this plug will actually turn off this machine. We now have access to the big green plug. So let's have our glue-on gun ready. Because, oh yes, somebody's not happy with us. And it's the controllers. There's one of 4. Oh, look out. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4 of them dead. With barely some damage taken. Yeah, don't step on their projectiles. Now we notice that the rising and lowering rings have red electricity. Let's not jump on them. That's hazardous to our health. What we need to do is find these green blobs and shoot them in order to turn the ring green again, allowing us to step on it. Whoa! Let's not fall down to our death. Let me get a better angle at this. Let it lower us down. So we can jump onto the green pipe and we'll take it all the way down because we have to now find a second green blob to shoot to turn off the red electricity on those rings. Which is right here. Let's work our way back up the pipe that we just used. This is always so nefarious and so nerve-wracking, but I can do it. Jump on the ring. Our goal is to jump on the top ring. We gotta time it right, though. Just like that. Because our goal is to jump up onto that ledge. Ah, just like that. You know, that wouldn't be half as bad if I was not afraid of deep, bottomless pits and heights. Heights, especially. We'll choose what hole to go through. We'll go through this one. Why not? As we follow the fleshy tunnel through, we come to another section. Now this is sort of like a puzzle. This area is flooded, and what we need to do is grab up a barrel that is falling. There are an infinite number of barrels, so don't worry if you miss one. We'll get healed up first, and then we'll grab one. Oh, I let it go. Somehow. Oh, okay. Of course, I did this better in practice runs, but that's okay. We got ourselves a barrel. Let's not detonate it, though. It doesn't matter which hole you choose. Let's go ahead and let go of the barrel. Now, what's funny about this, I don't know if it's programmed this way or not, but if you just sit here and do nothing, the bars will blow up on their own. Of course, it's not going to do it now. Of course not. So we'll just shoot the barrel, as was intended. But what happens is the bars explode, but the barrel remains intact. Which I thought was rather funny. Oh, we're inside the tank. What are these things? Well, if we remember from the original Half-Life, these are Vortigaunts. They're being mutated into alien grunts, the aliens with the hive hands. That's why the Vortigaunts were looking so despairingly. They didn't want to turn their own kin into these monsters. But they're forced to do so by these alien controllers. And we enter another chamber with 2 more red rings that we have to turn green. So let's jump on the green pipe. Do not fall off into the abyss below. You will die. Just keep crouching when you need to, and running when you need to. Whoa. Almost ran into an invisible wall there, it seemed. That sometimes happens, so be careful of that. Now, I will admit, I have not watched any walkthrough areas or any walkthrough videos of this area. So I'm not sure if this is the intended way to solve this area, but it's the best way that works for me. So if you guys know of the right way to solve this area, please let me know in the comment section. I'd love to know the way you solve it. The idea is we don't want to touch the red lasers. They are hazardous to our health. Another dead Vortigaunt. We'll jump over the laser on the left. Now this is a searing hot surface, so let's not touch it, or the fire. And you may take some damage, but we'll wiggle our way through the hazards. And you don't need to crouch anymore as we work our way up here. Now up here is where I don't know if this is the intended way to solve this or not, but we see the two blobs that we have to destroy, and they are behind fences that we can't shoot through, but grenades can go over the top of this. And let's have our glue-on gun ready. For 4 more controllers who are not happy with us. There's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. I swear, the glue-on gun is the best weapon against these guys. This whole area is ruined, but it's for a good cause. And now, as we see, the rings are now back to being green. So we'll jump on the top ring of the left one. Now we have to time this just right. We have to jump on the top ring of the next set without being dumped off like I almost was. Our goal is to jump over here, so let's do it without falling down. And we'll pick up some much-needed supplies, especially the glue-on gun ammo. And we'll get healed. So it doesn't really matter, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how much damage you take from the alien controllers, as long as you don't die. Essentially, that's the idea. This is a large chamber. It does nothing of interest, but I think it's awesome as hell. And we'll keep climbing up the river in the cave until we get to the next section. So I'm BigMacDavis here, and I'll see you guys in part 5. So take care, everybody.